Hello there, Kimiko, with just an update kind of thing again. The reason why I'm making this video, I was talking to one of my free club or free company actually over in Final Fantasy 14, and it we just brought this up, and it's like the thing. Probably, there's pros and cons to playing World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy Online. You have a different community on each one. But, let's start with, the cons of World of Warcraft. The community used to be great. They used to have so much in that community where if you're in a guild, you feel like you able to do stuff with the guild. Like, you earn achievement points, you can get rewarded. And nowadays, the guild is more there just to say you belong to a certain guild. Some guilds don't even have more than just, over 1,000 achievement points, because really there's no one willing to put the effort and going to get everything in that game to unlock it. Half the stuff they don't. You could buy, only thing that is worth doing a guild is getting the BOAs, where they're bound to count in those. You can level up your characters super easily with that. And that takes the fun out of it, to be honest. For me, I played a hunter. But at the same time, I had BOA gear, because I did sometimes want to start a new character on the Alliance side. Just play with my friends. And once that happened, I got up to a certain level, and I just didn't feel. It felt like it was cheating, where you have to go out, grind for gear that is better than the gear you start with. The BOA gear levels up with the gear with you up to, I think, 110 now. That includes the bows and everything else. And the lack of customization of your character. And that they're getting there, but it's far too late in the game for customized characters, where you have, I'll get into Final Fantasy about the pros of it, but later. I'm not meaning to bash on Warcraft, because that was my first MMO. I had a level 10, no mage in vanilla. I played her for maybe a week, and I got bored, because I didn't like being low to the ground. And the thing is, it's getting more ridiculous on the rep grind, where you have to use rep to unlock your character, the next race. I had to rep grind to get the Void Elf. That's basically a alternate version of a Blood Elf. And although the hair looks really, really cool, but I love the Hawkstrider, because the Hawkstrider is all galaxy looking, but it's only Alliance side, which sucks. But that's another thing. If you have one character that has mounts that are in a different faction, they should be allowed to use on the other one. Like horses, the elephants, like the Draenei, basically the different races mounts on the Alliance could be used on the Horde, kind of thing. And also the armor, the helmet. I don't like having my helmet shown because the ears look like they're just sticking out. They not look like they don't look like they were cut out to fit ears. They just look like they're phased through, which they are. Lack of like the emoji or the emotions, like the emotes you get. There's a lack of those. And also the leveling and the buffing is just so messed up in Warcraft right now. I got up to level 120 probably in a week. But that was constant of me. It took me longer because I had work. And you have to be a certain level to do things. Like, nowadays in Warcraft, you have to be a certain gear, item gear, like, and for raiding, you have to be a high, like, when you're in a group, a lot of people nowadays only care if you're good at DPS or high gear score or something like basically that's all they focus on. I focus on having fun with my friends, although I do cause them having a headache because they accidentally pull things. But what's the point of not playing where you're not having fun anymore? And there's sometimes I feel like I just should just not resub to Warcraft. But it's more of me feeling like it's just the repetition over and over again of I've been there. And it just feels like they're copping out of leveling up easier for the casuals and the people that are just getting into video games. I had to grind for half of my gear before the VOAs. And it was a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. But the pros of World of Warcraft that I really like is where when you're on a quest and you're in a party, you could do the quest together and get credit for it, kind of thing. And get a recruited friend bonus and all that. And that's mostly the pros for it. It's where you actually be able to do quests together and you don't have to be doing it all solo. Where you have like a tank and a healer and a DPS. And you get by fine. And also like all that. And I just don't feel like there's connection to World of Warcraft that much anymore. For me at least. I'm sure there's other people that think different. But the other subject, the other part of this is going to be about Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn online. I've been grinding on the with my free company I have, and they want me to get up to level 50 to do one of the raids. And I talked to one of my raid masters. He's in the guild. He invited me to the free company, and we're talking like try to figure out what good time for everyone is. And he's like the awesomest person ever. My free company that I'm in Final Fantasy is more active than my old guild in World of Warcraft, which is sad. But the cons there's not that many cons about it, besides not be able to do quests together. The leveling, it's basically, you have to grind for your levels. Legit grind for your levels. But, I'm back. Sorry about that. My friend's trying to guess what my thumbnail is, but, like I was saying, Final Fantasy has so many pros that I love. We get able to customize your hair, you get add highlights, hairstyles, and different races. As you can see, I'm one of the races from the game. It's supposed to be me, but I can't find the right hair for it. Right now she has red and black hair, and like you can customize having two different color eyes, face marking, height, breast size, and all that stuff, which is awesome. And like before you even like the community of Final Fantasy people are so nice, and they're understanding from what I've seen. And there's also people that's willing to help you, like not like in World of Warcraft where you're on your own kind of thing. And the thing I understand about Final Fantasy, it feels like you're able to do more emotional, like you could basically, your character, your R, actually reacts like you're watching something. Where the facial expressions, when you're shocked in a cutscene, you actually see it. And when you're pissed, your face changes. Like you're pissed off. And, and like, last night, I was with one of my fellow FC people. We were on the same quest, and this is the same person I was talking to about how I wish Final Fantasy 14 online was popular, like more popular, but at the same time I don't, because it will just be as toxic as World of Warcraft. And I feel like where it is now and where it's not that well known is perfect. Where I can escape from work and not have to worry about who I'm going to be teaming up with and all that. And it's all about working with your company you're in. I'm in Chaos Inc. Uncruel, I think that's the name of it. It starts with C. It's a weird, like, cat thing. I will post a picture in the description. But, and also, you could buy costumes for your character, and you can get to ride a chocobo, a legit chocobo. You can dress up your chocobo, in different ridings. I think that's the name of it. I think. And I really enjoy that, where I can basically customize myself in game to represent me better than in World of Warcraft. Right now, my character in the game is supposed to look like a kitsune. Basically a fox, but they don't have fox people. The closest are basically the cat people. I can't remember the name of it. It's like, shit, what was the name of it? It starts with an M. Any Final Fantasy 14 players know which race I'm talking about. I really enjoy playing her. I'm level 42, almost a 43, and I truly enjoy it. Like, I just feel a better bond to Final Fantasy than World of Warcraft. Sure, I love elves, and I love everything that's in World of Warcraft, but how the story is progressing is not a good way for World of Warcraft to progress in the future. But in Final Fantasy 14, they just came out with a patch called 4.4, and I'm working on M. She is an archer, and I'm working on her so I can actually be able to do raids with my FC, and I think I'm going to be focusing more on Final Fantasy than World of Warcraft. So the reason why I haven't been playing World of Warcraft is I just don't feel like there's a connection there anymore. Like, sure, I'll probably play it once more story comes out, but I probably won't. I'll probably just watch something up on YouTube, because I want to feel like you're able to down something, like something that's maybe one level higher than you, maybe two. But, like for Hunter, you don't have to move. You could just stand in one spot and just constantly fire off and make sure you don't stand in the fire. But in Final Fantasy, you have to constantly move. And this is when the combat of World of Warcraft truly does not par up with Final Fantasy. In World of Warcraft, you're able to stand in one spot. You're not able to move. You're not able, like, if you're about to shoot something, you can't shoot and move at the same time. Which is annoying when you're trying to get away and stun that thing and get enough distance away from it without having to use another skill on your bar. And that's the thing. And Final Fantasy, you constantly can move. You can move while you're shooting off your your attacks, your actions, and all that. And you're able to stay alive longer. And there's certain places where you can stand still for a bit, but also when there's stuff on the ground, you have to watch where you're standing, because that's the area you will have to be affected by. You have to move back, move sideways, or run to the other side, and you feel like you're in your character. You have to make sure you're there. Make sure you're attentive. Not like in World of Warcraft, where some people could just sit back and one press heal kind of thing. And there is a steep learning curve in Final Fantasy, but I'm getting there where I can actually be able to move around, shoot, and make sure I'm able to keep my dots on on the thing I'm attacking going, make sure the HP and everything goes down. And that's the reason why I haven't really played World of Warcraft that much anymore. I truly love Final Fantasy 14. It's so much better. Sure, the graphics are not the best, but, well, they are much better than World of Warcraft. But, yeah. I prefer Final Fantasy 14 over World of Warcraft now. Which is weird. But I'll see you guys probably in Final Fantasy 14 more than you see me in Warcraft. I might convince my friend over at VKH to join my server and get him into the free club, free company. But anyways, I've been Kimiko, or for you people that are watching from my free company, Emmy. So I'll see you guys next time. Jane.